Hello, it's Carrie, So Much Glitter. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to have you here today. So I have a little mini haul, and then I'm going to work on something really quick. So this is going to be a pretty quick video because I'm trying to get ready for my day. This is a Saturday morning. I slept in a little bit, but I wanted to get some crafty time in. I work in a very dangerous place because I work right in the middle of all of where I go shopping. So I work in like a medical building anyway, and then right next to me is like Ulta, Barnes and Noble, Michael's. Down the road is Hobby Lobby, and on my lunch break and on my way back to the office after client meetings, sometimes I find my way in there. And then on my way home, of course, I pass the Dollar Tree. So what could be more dangerous for me? And then there's a brand new Home Goods over there, and that's a whole different discussion for a whole different day. But you can check out my TikTok, and I did observe some of the fabulous finds in there. I have really been interested in junk journal jewelry, if you will. I really wanted to kind of explore making like little bookmarks for my junk journals, and so I bought a bead kit at Hobby Lobby the other day because I thought, why not? Because I didn't have that in my stash and I must need it. So now my next adventure will be thrifting some beads and trinkets and things like that, because I found some really cool ideas for making my own bookmarks that could be for anything. So anyway, so I kind of just played around with making one for one of my journals that I made not too long ago, and you can find this on my Instagram, and I did do like a mini little flip through on my TikTok. I didn't make this one very well because I've never made them before, but I did just attach it to one of my large paper clips that I have in my stash that I use for journaling. And I bought these on Amazon, but now I'm finding them everywhere. Michael's has them, Hobby Lobby has them, but Amazon has like a really big, like I have this many came in, and I think 2 or 3 little bags came in the pack that I bought for like $9. So anyway, I attached a charm to that, and I just thought that that would be really cute on the outside of my journal. So that was just kind of me playing around. And then, of course, Hobby Lobby had 50% off of their charms. So I did buy some charms, and I want to play with those. I did buy some elastic string for my journaling because I wanted to get into more of the flow journal. I got an idea from Biddy Penny and from Elizabeth at Petals and Parchment, because I see them making a lot of journals like that. Instead of sewing it in, you can move the signatures around, and they can be tied in with elastic. So I really liked that idea. And then, of course, when I was checking out the new Home Goods by my work because I needed a new pillowcase, what do you know? There's a Five Below over there too. And so they have all their school supplies. I bought more paper clips because why not? And I have a few things that I'm going to be doing with this. And then I found this gem, and I was just like, oh, I must. I am just getting into ATCs kind of as just to play around. And if you want to check out my other video, is the most recent one that I did put an ATC on an A2 card. And I thought that this would be perfect for making ATCs and just kind of keeping them in here. So it's just basically like an ATC idea journal. And this is not 2.5 by 3.5, which is what the size of an ATC is. And it does have a hole in it. So, you know, that's not very aesthetically pleasing. But I did, excuse me, measure down 2.5 to 3.5. And then I just finished it off with my Crop-A-Dile with the rounded edges. And I figured I can kind of collage over that or paint over that or do whatever I want over that. So that's what I'm going to do today. But I'm just probably going to keep it in here, and I'm going to ink blend this and put some things on it and make an ATC and then cut it down to size when I'm ready for it. Hobby Lobby, how could you not? Puffy, you know, holographic stickers. I am definitely a Trapper Keeper kid because I grew up in the 80s and was a teenager in the 90s. Although when I talk to some millennials now, they don't even know what a Trapper Keeper is, so that's interesting. But I used to have a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper, and I found this at the Dollar Tree, and I had to have it. I'm probably going to use this on one of my ATCs today. This isn't necessarily original Lisa Frank from like the 80s, but it is very, very similar and Lisa Frank-esque. So it's just like a rebranding of Lisa Frank. But I am going to definitely be crafting with this baby. And how can you not have this in your stash? I have this in my stash already. It's a Big Talk snarky conversation from Tim Holtz. If you don't like sarcasm and a little bit of snark, okay, but that's probably what I'm going to be putting on my ATCs today. I don't always stick to that style of crafting, but that is somewhat of my sense of humor. And then I have some Scrappy Boy stamps, die cuts from my stash. And this is from the TV show Ghosts. It's very reminiscent of that, and it's called Eternal Guest Color Die Cut Pieces. I just got the die cuts. I love this show, so I thought I could play with this. This is reminiscent of I Love Lucy, the die cuts. I mean, hey, if you love a little bit of snark and sarcasm, you love I Love Lucy. So I thought these would be kind of fun to play today. And I also did pick up this gem at the Dollar Tree. I'm not going to be using it today, but I do like to do watercoloring. And this was $1. For my watercolors, just pour some water in here, and there's divots for my paintbrushes to sit, and then there's obviously holes for that too. Fully collapsible, will be perfect for my storage. So let's get out what I want to do today, because I want to keep this simple. And I did write the size of an ATC card right here on the back because I will forget. And I'm just going to start by, because I want to use Lisa Frank, right? So I want to do a bunch of different colors. So let me look at my inks. I think I'm just going to ink blend on one of these. I was going to lay down some watercolor, but I don't know if that's, because I'm not sure if this will stand with water. Let me pull out my, I have my distress crayons in a little pencil box, but I don't have it stored very well. So I kind of was thinking about doing this, which I might still, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like these colors together. Those are fun and vintage. Let's just try that, because what I was going to do is just take out some of my distress and ink blend with that. So if this doesn't work, hey, that's what we'll do. So maybe I will need this today, or I have my watercolor brush, but it has no water in it. So what I can do is put water in it really quick. Okay, so I just filled this up with a little bit more water, so then I don't have to get a big cup of water out here. I'm just going to lay down some colors. I might not want that to be so complimentary, but we'll just kind of see. We'll kind of feel it out and see, and hopefully not make mud over here. Let's get out. I'm just going to lay down, and I haven't played with these a whole lot, but they're the Distress crayons. I'm just going to lay down some simple color and then kind of spread that out. And they just have a twist on the bottom. And we're going to be cutting these down to match the size of an actual ATC. So what is that going to do but leave us with some wonderful scraps? And then those can go in our stash, or those can go on the card that we are creating. Okay, so I have my water brush. I'm going to get just a little bit of water, having it come out, start to flow. I do like these when I'm watercoloring because they're easy, but I don't like them in the aspect of they lay down too much. So I just think they lay down too much water, especially when you're trying to watercolor. I like to watercolor a lot of my stamps. I like to watercolor backgrounds, things like that. And I'm just going to kind of start mixing them in here. And you can see we started to make a little bit of mud because this is a little bit too close together, these guys are. But I am just, and see, I didn't think it would take the water very well. I'm not here to make like the masterpiece of all masterpieces, and we're getting color back here, which is fine. I'm going to need to bring out probably my heat gun, and I need to wash this off. So I do like these because they're easy and they're fun. Very convenient, but I don't like them because they do lay down a little bit too much water. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with that, or let's get into some other fun colors with our Distress Oxide inks, because those blend really well. And I want to do like some fun 80s colors. Let's see. As you can see, I wasn't very prepared this morning. I just kind of woke up a little bit ago and I'm getting ready for my day, and I have to go run a few errands, and then I have a baby shower to go to because my friend is having a granddaughter, so that's really exciting. And then I get to go visit my own baby because my grandson was with his other grandma in Arizona because that's where she lives. So I get to see him again today. So I really like those together, maybe mixed with a little bit of blue. I don't know if I have a blue, to be honest. I thought I did have a little blue collection over here. So that's kind of my day, and then I need to come home this evening and finish a paper because I have to have 7 pages done by tomorrow. Okay, I really thought I had blue, but I mean, I guess I do not. I thought I had a prize ribbon because when they were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, I bought a bunch of them, and you know what? They're just not here where they're supposed to be is the issue. That's the issue. We could do Seedless Preserve or Dusty Concord. I kind of want to keep it all light to that. So it's similar palette, but this is going to be a little bit more friendly, I think, on this. So I'm going to leave it like this. We're going to open this. And, you know, I've said this before, but it's like what happens in the craft room stays in the craft room. And this is your experiment and your self-care time. So you just kind of just want to get into it, play, and have fun. And if it doesn't turn out how you thought it would, or it's not like perfect for you, perfection is an illusion. Just play and have fun and create something. I'm going to go ahead and take a little sip of my tea. I was at Trader Joe's yesterday. Yep, because that's right across the street from where I work as well. Like, this is dangerous, guys. But they have their mango black tea back in stock for the summer, and I love it. So that's what I'm sipping on this morning. Super excited to have that. So I am just going to get some color in here. I really like this bright color. And like I said, we are not going to be using the whole thing when we are cutting it down to ATC size. So I use my purple and my pink the same. And like Tim Holtz would say, I hope I am in here. Don't freak your freak, it's fine. I love this color, Kiddish Flamingo, and I love just how it comes down. So don't freak your freak. Just lay it down. I am, however, going to get it a little bit wet on my microfiber cloth, wipe it off, and then dry it off on the other side. And yes, her color is stained, but we don't have a bunch of excess on there. If you wanted to get really fussy with it, you could start cleaning it off that way. But I don't. These are all in the Oxide family. So I just kind of lay it down. So I'm just going to kind of lay this down. And I'm going to go back with some yellow. And this is where we just kind of get real funky with it. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. I will clean this off on the wet side that I just got wet, and on the dry side, and I will put it back. I have my cat over here knocking everything down, so my apologies. I am probably going to cut it down, and it's going to be like up and down, but I really don't think, in my mind anyway, that there are a bunch of rules with the crafting of the ATCs. So you could do what you want to do, and then if you think this looks weird, hey, it might look weird. I really like this because this is really reminding me of Rainbow Brite, and that's what brought me into Five Below when I saw that there was a Five Below over by my work. I thought Five Below had Rainbow Brite coloring books, and I am itching to make a 80s junk journal, and so I'm kind of working towards that and gathering some of the supplies, and this was part of that. So that Rainbow Brite coloring book would have been perfect. So if you know where to find that, at what Five Below and what state and city you're in, let me know. But I have my daughter checking out the other Five Belows around here that I just don't have time to get to. So I think what I'm going to do is probably make like a little cluster. Look at that little chihuahua in the teacup. That is so cute. This is very like 1980s Lisa Frank as well. You know, I'm never probably going to make up my mind. Let's just be honest, because these are too good. These are just gems. I freaking love them. Okay, so, and then I had a Trapper Keeper that was almost just like that. So if you don't know what a Trapper Keeper is, please look it up. Don't make me feel old by asking. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do like a little bit of a cluster. These are stickers. I'm just going to stick them down. I don't find the need to put glue on the back of my stickers unless I need them to be sealed for any particular reason. Now, just because I'm very random and this is how I am, and it is Christmas in July, I haven't made any Christmas things yet, I'm going to use this sticker. I just am. Don't ask why. Because I want to. So let's see what else we can put in here. Any other little goodies before we put that beautiful unicorn down. Gosh, there is so much in here. If you just look, this is just like a little treasure trove of everything, right? Oh, this is cute. That's very Lisa Frank from when I was younger. Let's put this down here, and they don't need to be even or anything. This is just, and this project is completely random and for fun and self-care, and then this is going to go on top of, you know what? I didn't think of that. Let's pull this up. I had faith that that wasn't too sticky because these are Dollar Tree stickers. I'm going to put him up a little bit higher. My cat's being naughty this morning. She's just like such the teenager. She is in the closet in my paper hoard and she's trying to get out, but she's going to have to figure that out on her own. So I'm going to leave that cluster there. Let's get some snarky sentiments going and let's see what we want. Oh, step aside coffee. This is a job for alcohol. That's funny. I'm multitasking. I can listen, ignore, and forget at the same time. If that isn't me, I don't know what is. I think my guardian angel drinks. Oh my gosh. It's okay if you disagree with me. I can't force you to be right. These are too funny. They have them in black too, and I think black might pop a little bit more. Let's see. You smell like drama and a headache. Please stay away from me. Oh my goodness. Are you... Oh gosh. Are you always this stupid, or are you making a special effort today? The things I wish I could say at work sometimes, but I don't. Friendship must be built on a solid foundation of sarcasm and shenanigans. I think I want to use that. I think that's going to be too big though. Let me get out my handy dandy ruler that I can't see. No, what I can do is cut it down. So you're like, why'd you get out your ruler if you can't see it? It's because it's on black and I do need to get my eyes checked. Now these stickers are a little bit thicker because the quality is a little bit better, right? I'm just gonna put this here as something that she's standing on. And honestly, I need this in my life on this ATC. And that's just gonna kind of be my ATC for today. And of course, this is a lot bigger, right, than the traditional ATC of the 2.5 by 3.5, because I'm taking up all of the real estate here. So this is 3, and if I were to need to cut it down, yeah, I'm kind of too big because I'm at 5. So these are 3 by 5 cards. I'm going to make the executive decision to use up this whole thing and put it on a card. But like I said, we have this pesky, that's in the way. Let's rearrange again. That is okay, what we're doing here, because I have my Crop-A-Dile to even it out. It's inked up, so the edges are kind of covered. My Crop-A-Dile kind of did me wrong there, but here's the whole thing. And let's get our puffy sticker back. Maybe we want to put it down here now. I don't know. We're just going to overlap it with the unicorn. And that is going to be that. I think there needs to be another one, but then these are kind of big too. So now we're like taking over, but that's what I think it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is put this on a 5 by 7 card now. And then let's see what my measurements here are. I'm going to measure it over here on the side. So we have 4 by 3. So 4 by 3. I'm going to put this on a 5 by 7 card because I have a 5 by 7 card base living somewhere around here, and then we're going to show you a finished product. Okay, so I have a 5 by 7 card here in my stash, which I do not like this. I think it's it's just swimming on here. I think it needs some pattern paper. It's going to need a little bit of stamping. It's going to need some design. Which I just don't have time for this morning. But if I did have time for it, I would do I would get out some swirls and swirlies and stamp them probably right here on the edge, and I would zhuzh this up a little bit. I, however, do have these because I do not have any A2 size cards in my stash, and these are just blank note cards that I purchased, you know, I don't know when and I don't know where. But these are an A2. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I don't know what color I like a little bit better, but see, this doesn't swim as much on there, and this gives it a little bit of purpose. I think I like the black because it just makes it stand out a little bit and it pulls this together. But there's also the yellow, and that's really fun too. I think it floats too much in the yellow. I think it's a little bit more grounded here. This is what I like. This is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to call this a finished card. But I am going to ink the edges just a little bit to kind of tie in my background, what I did with the inking on the note card. I have to hold it up looking at me just like this, and then I probably still don't get it perfect, but hey, it's a card and it is semi-centered, and there we go. I do want to ink up the edges a little bit. I don't know what I want to pull in, and my glue is not holding as well, so I just kind of like hold it down a little bit. I think it's because this note card is just regular paper and it's treated, so let's see. I think I want to do, let's do pink because it's like the pink has gotten lost a little bit. So I'm going to generously, and I'll start off the edge. And I mean, man, that's pink. But this is just going to be a fun card if you have like a birthday girl coming up, or your friend appreciates the sentiment behind this of Lisa Frank, and it's very, very nostalgic. I like it. I can, because I laid so much down, wipe this down so it's not as harsh. I don't know if you can see that, but it does make a difference off camera. So there is my project for the day. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I did say I was going to try to come out with one video a week, but I don't know if that's always going to be possible. But with my little mini haul this week, I couldn't resist. And I'm still going to use this for something because now it's perfectly dry. And it's warped, yeah, a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. I could lay down more water, blend it in, or I could just throw a few more stickers on it if that's what I wanted to do. I know my original plan with this book was to make traditional ATCs, but now I'm seeing that it's kind of going in a different direction. And if you guys watch this TV show Ghost, it's on Paramount Plus, these sentiments would go perfectly. Perfectly. But this coloring isn't going to go perfectly with the coloring of the TV show. So let's get some like this. How perfect. Let's get that. So this is just going to kind of be a bonus. I'm just going to stick this right here. Oops, look, there's a, oh, where a die cuts out. Oops, and I ripped it at the same time. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, so they are paper thin. The stickers are paper thin. Please beware. And I just think it would be fun just to have a few of these like little... Okay, let's put this down all the way because I'm going to screw this up and I'm going to end up ripping it completely, and I really like this. I'm just going to kind of do a few more of these things. And it's just going to be very, very random. So these guys are going to kind of be floating down to the bottom. And let's get a few more things going. Honestly, this is just a lot of fun, and that penguin is so fun. It's like that penguin movie my kids liked when they were little. Oh no, I don't remember the movie. It was so cute though. Let's see, he needs to be going down too. Okay, and then we're gonna do one more. Oh dang, I don't remember that movie. My kids liked it so much. It was so cute. Well, you know, mention it in the comments. And if you have any Trapper Keeper memories, I would love to hear those too, because those are always fun. All right, I have to, because it's 2025 and I am working my butt off to empower other people in life. So there we go. There we go. So we have that. This I'm just going to keep in here. It's going to go on a card eventually. If I want to get really like ridiculous with it, let's just throw some of these on, because why not? And so we're supposed to, in crafting, I don't know who wrote this rule, but we're supposed to do everything in odds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's in odds, right? Sometimes when I see things in odds, it really bothers me, and my brain will only process it in evens, so I'm only satisfied. But I like this. I like how it's all balanced out. Here we go. Here we go. Fun, random video for today, and just go play. Go play, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have so much fun. If you have a lot of things going on like I do, just make time. Make time for self-care. Play around. It doesn't matter if you mess it up or not. save it for later, do whatever you will. I hope to see you guys soon. Stay crafty. Bye.